Inside of Diddy's mind, the lawsuit says he believes he's above the law and is untouchable. But it looks like Diddy's world's collapsing. Now, what we don't know is how many people he'll take with him and whether we'll ever see the evidence the feds seized from his homes.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. That's all. In 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it.
Sex trafficking advocate Jaco Booyens joins us now. Jaco, your sister was trafficked in the music industry. What does this story tell you now?
Yeah, Jesse, thank you for having me on. Yes, my sister Ilanka, her story of trafficking started in the music industry. She was trafficked over a 6-year period by a record label executive. The industry is rife with this. There's a lot of cover-up because people are, as you so eloquently state, surreptitiously filmed. They are blackmailed. Remember, human trafficking's definition is the exploitation of persons through the mechanism of force, fraud, and coercion, all of them present in this case.
The CEO of Universal Records. I mean, Universal Records it's the biggest record place in the whole world almost. I mean, they have so much talent that they've signed, and he's named as a defendant. And we're not accusing him of anything. We're reading from the complaint, but he is accused of participating in acts, in sponsoring acts, in paying for acts. And how high does this go?
It does go all the way to the top, Jesse, and unfortunately also all the way to the bottom. Remember, this is a crime that's fueled by demand, and the demand for sex trafficking in this country is out of control. But you talk about Universal. Remember, Universal has multiple labels underneath Universal, and something that's very interesting that's going to unravel here is when you start looking at the management companies that manage clusters of these artists. They work in groups. They ring fence themselves. They protect themselves. As Cat Williams so eloquently says, they have blackmail power on everybody. If you show up, whether you had good intentions or not, and you're at the party and there's minors in sexual activity, you're filmed, you get a knock on the door in the morning, and they tell you to hush hush, particularly politicians and executives.
Yeah, politicians, executives, athletes, a lot of up-and-coming musical talent. Do you see any similarities between the Epstein situation and this? Because Epstein was mentioned in this complaint.
A lot of similarities. The difference here is we're going to a place now where we never went with Harvey Weinstein. In the Weinstein case, you did not have as many people exposed and implicated. Epstein did a great job in protecting his world, and those in his world, albeit celebrity, they were not necessarily entertainers. They were people of stature in the financial services industry, politicians, people of power. Here you've got people in the entertainment business who normally have loose lips. And once they start talking, now it's going to get interesting to see which other artists come out. Some of the artists you've already mentioned tonight, how they're going to talk, their handlers, their managers, their personal assistants, because people always see, Jesse. We've known this about Diddy for decades. People see, they just haven't been talking, and now they're talking.
Yeah. Well, a lot of money going to law enforcement to pay them off, according to the complaint, which I just don't get when you hear about underage women being sex trafficked. It's just hellacious. Jaco, thanks so much, and keep up the fight.
Thank you, Jesse.